All right. We are live. Although you cannot see my face, you should be able to see this screen right here. So this is a small dedication. As you guys know, there is a Patreon page for spirits people, and these are the people that support me at the moment. And just wanted to say a massive thank you guys for your support. And obviously, I hope you guys will enjoy your brand new whiskey coins. They're starting to pop out around the interwebs. Boom! There we go. So let's see what happens. I'm not sure if there's anyone in here in the chat. Let's see if I can bring up the chat. Oh, there we go. Tony is here. What's going on? Whiskey Jason. Matt is here. We are live on a Tuesday night. So the last live stream of the year for this channel. There will be a few more on other channels over the coming days. It'll be exciting. But for today, we'll do a blind tasting. I'll bring on Mr. Marthinus, aka Bourbon Patty.
Hello.
There he is.
How's everyone?
Steve FR is popping in as well. What's going on, dude?
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Tony is in with his brand new handle here, Whiskey Stream FI, as in Finland, I'm sure.
Nice.
We got Matt here, fellow Dane.
Nice.
Got Whiskey Jason. What's going on, man?
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
It's cracking. Good to see some people in here. I know it's Christmas. There's a lot of Christmas parties. Actually, the company I'm freelancing for right now, their Christmas party is right now. So there will be a lot of sore heads tomorrow morning when I get into the office.
Oh, yeah, well, there's no guarantee that you won't be one of those. You don't know what's in that glass.
Well, Christmas party or drinking whiskey with a good friend on the YouTubes.
Random dude from the internet.
This is my Christmas party. This is Spirits People's Christmas party right now.
Yeah, we even came branded out and everything. Look at us looking all spick and span.
I'm wearing a red t-shirt. This is the only time this will ever happen.
Super red.
Super red. Yeah, it's literally like, I think it's gonna blow out my screen.
I'm squinting. It's not bright in here. It's just that t-shirt's really bright.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I do apologize to the viewers here. This might hurt your screen. I can swap to a black t-shirt during the stream. So
here it is.
Here?
Yes.
Rye blind sample.
Yep.
So, I guess we're drinking some rye tonight, eh?
Yes, we did bourbon the last time. Pulled in the Colonel Taylor, I believe, or what is it? So it's called Colonel Taylor.
Old Taylor, yeah, the Old Taylor.
Old Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a Russell's store pick,
Mm-hmm.
which is delicious. We offended Germany, and we're back to do it all over again.
I know, it's amazing. So, rye tonight.
Yes,
And,
this is the dark horse.
Yeah, it's suitable for Christmas kind of special here at the end of the year stream, because rye is one of those things where my journey started with bourbon, but rye is the one that's kind of taken the leaderboard for the majority of this year, maybe even longer than that. Like rye is just like, I don't know, there's something about it that just feels right. And
right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've also found myself gravitating a lot towards rye this year. It's just if you get a really good rye, you've got a really solid whiskey. So rye has kind of been where it's been at for me this year as well.
Yeah.
It's been a good year for rye.
Thanks, Chris. That's a very, very, very red t-shirt, I know. I thought I'd wear a red t-shirt. This is literally, I just ordered this because I don't have anything besides black and white. So I'll get a red t-shirt for Christmas.
I wish we could have coordinated, but here I am in my black and white.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Anyway, it's all good. Greg is here. What's going on, man?
Yes, hello.
Straight from Paris.
Nice.
So, the theme for tonight, as we mentioned, is rye whiskey. So there's two blind samples floating here. So one is this one here that I got from Marthinus, and I also sent Marthinus a rye blind sample. And the theme continues from last stream we had, which is we picked some of our absolute favorites.
Yes.
So last time we did it was the Old Tailor for me, one of my favorites as of the moment, I guess.
Nice.
Starting to appreciate those lower proofs. It's a vintage bottle, so it's packed with flavor. Just absolutely love that. And you shared what exactly the last time?
Russell's Reserve single barrel pick bourbon. This right here is the bourbon that got me into bourbon. All turkey 8-year-old. 101. Can't get it anymore. But what you can get is Russell's Reserve bourbon. And it is, if you get a store pick, it's 110 proof, usually around 9 or 10 years old, and non-chill filtered. I mean, it's almost that little bit better than Wild Turkey 8-year-old 101. So, I mean, you're getting 9 extra proof points, a little bit more age, and it's usually cheap as chips, like basic retail. No one's overcharging for this stuff.
Yeah, it's the bomb.
Yeah, it's so good. You get a good pick.
Solid. All right, cool. So for today, we're no longer on the bourbon train. We're on the rye train.
The rye train.
I guess who do we start with? Which do we kick off with? Oh, actually, I have to pour the other one here. I have to do it under the table here so you can see it.
Well, I started last time, so I guess it's your turn to start this time.
All right. So I just poured the other one here. Sorry, I just poured the sample. So do you want me to start with the one I shared with you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I literally just poured it though.
Okay. Well, give that a minute.
It's not ready. It's not ready. It needs a few minutes in the oven here.
Okay, perfect. Well then, you start with the one I sent you, and I'll pour a little bit of it for me here. It doesn't need that long to open up because it's not barrel proof.
It's delicious already. Yeah.
I have to try and do this without getting it on the camera. 1 second. Shake. All right, we're good.
Right. So straight off the bat, I think it's I don't think it's 100% rye.
Nope,
there's some very sweet notes in there that has that kind of sweet corn sensation. So I think this is a rye mash bill of sorts. It
is a Kentucky style rye. So that narrows it down to 1 state of distillation. Good luck.
Yeah, there's not really any distillers there except for what's that one distiller in Kentucky?
Buffalo Trace.
Oh yeah,
Forester, Jim Beam.
There's a few. So yeah, straight off the bat, like this to me just screams gingerbread. It's such a sweet rye note. It's not herbaceous off the nose. It's a very sweet rye, which is kind of what I prefer. It's that absolute punch of it's the transition between 100% like rye and those kind of grassy notes that you get, and into that bourbon area where I kind of came from.
Yes.
So that's what's kind of popping out of the glass.
Yeah, and you get some nice. Do you get any oak influence in there?
Hang on. We're just getting started, buddy. We got some morning people here in Australia. Andrew's here.
Oh, nice. Hello.
Making his breakfast pizza, having whiskey, I'm sure.
That is living the dream. Good day, mate.
So for oak, well, there's coconut, which tends to come from the barrel, from the oak, from the charring. There's vanilla. I wouldn't say there's some toasted oak. I wouldn't say there's a lot of charring on this. Yeah,
it's not a bitter rye with the oak at all. It's nice, lightly toasted, like you said. Maybe some toasted coconut even. Lots of vanilla. It's real nice.
Coconut is big. Yeah, coconut is big. It's high on vanilla, gingerbread.
This was a hard sample to send because I love every drop of this so much.
I mean, just the smell of this, dude. It smells absolutely epic. This, anyone listening, probably my facial expression and everything I'm saying here should reveal that this is an epic dram. For me, at least, this is like straight up my alley here.
This is probably my dram of the year. It's that good, and it is a rye. And I know it's contradiction because I'm bourbon patty, not rye patty. But you know what? Oh, it's just all those things: the gingerbread, the baking spices, the vanilla, toasted coconut, a little bit of caramel sweetness, that corn. Just cinnamon. Wait till you taste it.
Yeah, cinnamon and hints of cloves. Like cinnamon is the driving spice.
That's what you want. That's what you want in a rye. It's good, hefty, a little bit of cinnamon. Just
gonna give it a little cradle here. Gonna heat it up, guys.
Ooh. Do the Jim Murray and just balance it on your crotch.
Well, I'm standing up, so that's gonna be difficult. I have a standing desk here, so sometimes I sit down, but I like to move around a little bit.
Yeah, man. Love it.
Makes my brain cells kind of activate faster. If I sit down, my brain gets lazy.
Well, I'm sitting on the couch with my laptop nestled on the blanket box full of whiskey bottles, and my brain has gone lazy.
So ABV, I think it's probably around the 50 mark off the nose. That's what I'm getting. I'm not getting like super high ethanol. I am getting that kind of good vibe of really integrated alcohol though. It doesn't feel like it's peak out, so there's probably a good amount of age on this, I would think.
Yes. Lower than 50, but you're not far off.
I initially thought it was like 46 to 48 maybe, because it really is quite mellow on the nose, but it's packed with flavor or aromas.
Yes, it is in the 46 to 48 range. So you were bang on the money with that one again.
Nice. Steve, the Whiskey Briar is here.
Ooh, you have so much good stuff ahead of you if you haven't explored a lot of ryes.
I would get a lot of rye notes.
Yeah. I would pick up some different styles. So you've got your MGP style, 95.5% malted barley. That's very herbaceous heavy. You'll get a lot of dill, grass, that kind of stuff. And then you also get Kentucky style, which come from most of the major distilleries in Kentucky now. You've got Sazerac from Buffalo Trace, Knob Creek from Beam. You've got, Pikesville and Rittenhouse from Heaven Hill. Woodford Reserve Rye. I mean, Old Forester now have a rye. Everyone's pumping out a rye. Wild Turkey out there, their rye.
Yeah. Bottle and Bond rye as well, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's a Bottle and Bond rye in there somewhere. Rittenhouse.
Jack Daniels rye.
Yeah, although that's a Tennessee style rye.
Well, still rye.
Whole different kettle of fish. Throw that in there. It's cheap, and it makes
rye
for a decent comparison. Yes, they've got their single barrel rye as well, which is... I actually polished off a bottle of that recently. I have another one in the wings.
I would go for the single barrel though. The regular expression rye from Jack Daniels, I'm not a fan. I think it's too rough.
Yes.
It's not balanced in my opinion. So, but the single barrels tend to be much more kind of integrated.
Kind of similar to their their bourbon.
Dangerous.
Tennessee whiskey, that is technically a bourbon. Yes, I said it. Their single barrel stuff on the Tennessee whiskey side is also miles ahead of anything else they're doing.
All right. What other notes do you have on this one, on the nose?
So again, just getting those lovely baking spices, the cinnamon, the clove, get that caramel. We pretty much pulled this apart now. Get a little bit of sweet red fruit.
Yeah.
Like as I come out of the glass, it kind of like red fruit and just powdered sugar, just icing sugar, just kind of like sprinkled over, just sieved over real finely. Like a compote or something, but not super sweet.
Yeah. Almost like a crumble.
Yeah.
Greg is asking what we think of the Whistleblick 10-year-old.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
So there is different sources for the 10-year-old. I have a bottle of 10-year-old barrel pick, the Bourbon Society, British Bourbon Society one. That's from MGP. And then you have the standard release. That's Alberta. I like Canadian rye. If you get a good quality Canadian rye where you're not messing with it, like Canadian Club. Yeah. Whistle Pig is a little bit pricey for what it is, considering you can get something Black Mist or something in the States like $20 a bottle, and it's the exact same stuff that's in Whistle Pig because it's just mass produced by these Alberta distilleries. I like it. I like Whistle Pig.
Yeah, I would say the same. I slightly lean towards the MGP style because, again, it has a little bit of a sweeter side to it. The Alberta is absolutely fine. And a lot of the times, the 10-year-old mark is way under what the liquid actually is. Like most of the stuff that we do on the British Bourbon Society are 13 plus years.
Old.
They just do the 10-year standard label on it, but it's usually older than that.
Yeah. If you want a solid Canadian rye, I would skip the Whistle Pig and go for Lot 40. Cask strength, if you can find it by a miracle, but settle for the standard release. It's delicious, and the bottle is really cool. When you peel the label off, there's a whole diagram that is silkscreened onto the bottle of how their whole distillation apparatus works.
Yeah, it's absolutely epic, and it's a tricky one as well. Like it tastes sweeter because it's 100% rye.
Yeah,
but it comes across as like a mash bill rye.
Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, you can tell those guys really care about the quality of what they're putting out.
Epic. All right, palate.
Let's do it. You go for after you.
Okay, now the char is coming through.
Yeah, but not overpowering.
Again, well integrated. Yeah, the good texture, like it's quite viscous.
Great.
There's no tannins. There's oak, but there's no tannins.
Yeah. Nice bit of green rye character comes through as well now. That's where you get your little bit of herbaceousness.
There is a tad. Yeah, it's almost like it's a very dense, because sometimes that grassy note or that herbaceous note comes across as quite almost like fresh and light, but it's actually quite dark and mellow. But it's there.
Yeah. Again, so easy on the palate, just like on the nose, just so easy.
I could just knock back this whole glass here. I probably will.
And there's a nice bit of peppery spice in there as well. You get your white pepper, you get your rye spice, you get what you're looking for. Even though there's probably a decent amount of corn in there, you do get your rye. I don't drink this and think, oh, that doesn't taste like rye, you know?
Man, this is delicious.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the ABV, would have said this was a Michter's barrel strength, because I get a very similar profile to that standard barrel strength, but I believe that they're always above 50. I'm not.
Oh yeah. Their barrel entry, I think, is 103, so it comes out usually about 108.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a bottle of that, but this is not it.
It's softer, and my head is kind of racing. It's like, what on earth could this be?
But again, Michter's Kentucky style rye, so yeah, you'd be on the money with that one.
It's starting to come across as there's a little bit more of that butterscotch note on the nose now that is kind of heated up, and also now it's on my palate, so now it's circulating the good old factory system here.
That's all that old, delicious corn that has aged. Like you said, it's a little bit older than your standard rye offerings. That's that old corn that's just gotten buttery and butterscotchy, and probably lends that viscosity to the palate.
What
Get a
can
bit of mint.
What can this be?
You get a little bit of barrel mint. Get like old oak. A little bit bitter, a little bit minty.
Mm.
Just has it like towards the back, more in the
Yeah.
finish than on the palate.
Mm. I'm getting a lot more kind of rye bread now on the palate. Like this sweet kind of the sweet aspect of rye that I'll always pick up on the nose is gingerbread when you get those mash bill ryes, and if it's more on the if it's higher on the rye and 100% rye, I'll usually get more of a herbaceous and grassy note. But this one here on the palate, like there's a rye bread, like a really dark rye, like almost like a Scandinavian or like a German rye bread. Like
yeah, it's
really
like dark bread.
Really, really dark and very dense. And it kind of sits, and it's almost like a bitter note. And yeah, there's a little bit of that white pepper. And the finish just kind of, it just goes on and on.
Yeah, right. It sits there and it just
layered. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah. I as part of this Advent calendar thing, tried some few rye recently, and I was blown away by just how like layered the flavors and that stuff is. Like I haven't had that in years, and it's delicious now. It's like just layer and layer of all these few flavors coming through. It's so good.
What on earth is this? It's like a willet or something?
No, I only ever had Willet 3-year-old rye, and
this is
not that.
This is not 3 years old. Okay, let's have a think about the age here. So on the nose, it's kind of it's all rancho. It's all like everything mellows in together. It's all one, super balanced.
I asked the producers what age it is at a whiskey show, and they told me it's 11 and a half, which isn't on the bottle as 11 and a half. It's older than the age stated on the bottle. And these guys would be known for kind of bottling older stuff, putting it down as something like, let's say, a year or two younger. But it's what's in there is older, so you're actually getting something that's a little bit older for your money, as opposed to like, let's say, 8 years and a day. It's like 10 years, 11, sometimes even 13. I've heard of it go as far as 13.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm clueless right now.
Do you give up?
No, never.
Do you yield, sir?
What do you get? Any additional notes on the palate there?
Just again, herbaceous, like the mint and the bitter oak tell me that this is old. Like, I know that they said it's 11, but I'm blown away that it's even that, because it tastes old. Once I get those notes, they're similar to what you might find in a dusty bourbon sometimes, especially when you combine it with the butterscotch. Tastes like an older whiskey. I still have it sitting there. Is that grassy as well? The grassy rye. It's just, I think we've pretty much pulled this apart now. Like,
pulled it apart except for what it is. So I'll give the age a go.
Go on.
So I think it's. Oh, you said the age already.
11 and a half. But what do you think it says on the bottle?
Well, I was going to say that this is probably around 12 years old because of that very strong oakiness that sits on the palate, that rye bread and that like burnt toast that I got for the first couple of sips. So as soon as I get that, it's like, okay, it's 10 plus. Yes. And then because of the nose and that kind of super balanced and very integrated with the alcohol, I usually bump it up a bit. So I was going to say 12, but yeah, obviously you said it, so I can just say anything right now.
I do believe that, yeah.
But what it is,
I think it's a bit older than what they said, but you'll see why. You'll understand why when I review what it is.
Right. Is it a dusty turkey?
It is not.
Okay.
Christmas rye? Merry Christmas. No, I've never tasted it or even seen it, so no, it's not.
What is this? Pine tree?
No. Sometimes, but not in this. Yes, pine tree sap note you do get from younger spirits like bourbons and rye. Yeah. I call it green oak.
I sometimes not the not the sap. I can sometimes get pine cones when something has been filtrated. I get pine cones from a lot of Tennessee style whiskeys.
Right.
So the Lincoln process or Lincoln whatever
County process.
County, that one. So as
one.
soon as it has that, like I get this kind of pine forest sensation.
Yeah.
Not the sap. I don't really get that.
I get that in a lot of craft whiskeys where I call it green oak because it is green as fuck. You're getting like pine. You are getting pine sap. Yes, that is a note that exists. You find it in things that are aged in small barrels and not very old because obviously those barrels would just destroy it. Yes, pine tree sap is a note. That is in rye and also in bourbon, depending on the age, producer, aging style. Yeah.
Greg was asking about ABV. We concluded early on that it is between 46 48.
Yeah.
So let's say 46.8.
Good guess.
I don't know. I mean, I would say it reminds me of a few things. It reminds me of the Michter's barrel strength because of the high coconut and the nice balance and the very sweet, the coconutty and very sweet gingerbread.
Yes, those guys go for an inoffensive, easy to sip whiskey
easy
on all accounts, no matter what they're doing. Even a barrel proof, you'll never feel a burn. You'll just get loads of flavor.
Yeah. It's that what it reminds me of. And then there's some willets that I've had in that kind of 10-year range. It reminds me a little bit of that as well. But I kind of knew it's not that because it has a slightly different profile. It's a little bit more on the oaky sides, mostly on the willet profiles. So I mean, besides that, I'm clueless.
Do you like it?
Oh, dude. Hell no. It's ridiculous. I'll throw it out. Watch me pour it out. All right. Show us. What is it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh, it is the Michter's.
It's the 10-year-old rye from 2019. The US release, not the European release. I think the 11.5 was the European release. And being a single barrel, it'd be difficult to have them all the exact same age. So unless they're pulling racks. This was actually signed by the new master distiller, Dan McKee. Passed on to me, which is awesome. 46.4.
Ooh, I was 0.4 off. Damn it.
Close but no cigar, sir. This is an amazing rye whiskey. I am so blown away by how good this is. I've made it last, even though it's that good.
And is it a different mash bill than the barrel strength?
Nope, exact same stuff.
Okay.
Their rye has always been the exact same mash bill. They made their mash bill the same as the stuff they sourced. So but you get that toasted barrel finish. That's what they do on a lot of their stuff. They probably did it with that.
Is this what year is this bottling?
2019. 2019. The barrel is F962. This came to the US because I couldn't wait for this to land in the EU. It still hasn't landed here, so I'm not waiting that long. I love this stuff. So
So funny. If anybody who watches here listens to the podcast, I did a blind sample of 2018 10-year rye, and I didn't treat it as well. But then I had it again less than a month ago. The rest of the sample, and it was amazing. I loved it. So it just proves that just like one review of whatever you're tasting right now is going to be different tomorrow.
It's hard when you're doing it from a small sample as well, because I find like things affect your palate. So I like to do 3 little tastings, write my notes each time, see what I found in common, and then taste it a 4th time and then write the whole thing up. So you can't really do that if you only have 50 mils. But interesting thing about the 2018 10-year rye was 13 years old, same age as the Pappy Van Winkle rye, and sold at retail wherever it landed. For a lot cheaper than you would pay for a Pappy Van Winkle rye.
Oh God, yeah. Anything would be cheaper. Like a new car would be cheaper.
Like a new house. The down payment on a new house.
Yeah.
So
Look at
yeah,
here.
2018 was 13-year-old rye.
All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
What's going on, Luna? Welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello.
All right, let's see. From the advent calendar, some bourbon. Let us know what bourbon that is. That
Which advent calendar? There are several. I have my American whiskey one here. I haven't opened today's one yet.
Shit.
Look at the status. Thank God it's been through a lot. Day 14 has seen better days. Look at the state of the box. Yeah, might be a bourbon tonight. I don't know yet.
A kid opening that, I was like,
yeah, right. It landed. It hit the ground and something landed on it, so it got.
I think Luna's calendar was bought in Germany. I think because the bottles she has in that calendar were awesome. I love them.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let us know what you guys are drinking out in the chat here.
Yes, let us know.
We can cheers with you guys. We just jumped straight into the first sample here. I do apologize. We still love you. We still love you. Hope you guys enjoyed the tasting notes on the Michter's 10. This is delicious, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Michter's 10, man. They're like, of the two, the bourbon and the rye, always get the rye.
Oh yeah, the bourbon.
Always get the rye.
Yeah.
Bourbon's good, but the rye is where the party's at for me. That's again how this year the rye has kind of taken front and center for me.
Yeah. Agreed. Cool, man. All right, so we have one more. So we have my sample that I shared with you. But before that, do you want to talk a little bit about some of the bottles you'll be cracking or drinking over Christmas? Because we did say we're going to talk about that as well in this in this stream. I have some bottles here.
So do I.
I'm drinking a lot over Christmas, and they won't fit on the desk. So I'll share a little bit.
I've got my top 3 bottles with me. They're not open yet, but they will be open on Christmas. Okay, so number 1.
In any particular order, or actually the first?
Number 1 is going to be Four Roses 2019 limited edition small batch. That shit's happening. Ah, nice! I knew you had good taste in whiskey.
Oh yeah!
Look at that.
We're not here by accident.
Yeah. I got my bottle, and I've had to lock it away from myself because the temptation is too great.
Yeah,
yes.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Nice.
I peeled off the foil, but I have not tasted it. I opened it and smelled it, and it's like, ooh, oaky. And then it's for Christmas. So yeah.
I can see that you haven't had any because the fill level's exactly the same as mine.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for opening it and then not following through. This is like the perfect rehabilitation program.
That was difficult, man.
I'd say so.
All right, cool. So I actually, so I have a few bottles here that are kill level. So I'm gonna kill a couple of bottles.
Nice.
One is actually another Michter's.
Oh,
another rye.
That stuff's delicious. There's more of that coming. I asked.
Yeah, and they're
doing that again. Because they have to, because people are just constantly bombarding them with emails, myself included, asking when's it coming back.
2017 bottle.
I have a sealed bottle. I haven't opened it.
This will die over Christmas. Yeah.
I'm keeping my bottle for when the next release comes, so I have a backup because I only managed to get one bottle when it hit in 2017.
Chris is asking how much are the top 3 picks. So this one here is about 120, 30?
30, depending where you get it. I've seen it as high as 150, even higher. Yeah, 150 is the max I would pay for this.
Yeah, you can still find this. I think Selfridges might have some. I've seen them pop up still.
Master of Malt had some this week or last week.
Not impossible to get, and it's way easier to get here than it is in the US.
Yeah, I think there's still allocations rolling out. So keep an eye on the major whiskey sites. No doubt you'll see it. Don't pay the whiskey exchange prices because they want like £190. Don't do it.
Yeah, they go a little bit overboard sometimes on
that old spreadsheet, huh?
Yeah, this one here is also in the 100 or just around the 100. I've seen them, I think, for 95, but I think usually they go for 105, 110 something, right?
Yes, I think I paid £100 for mine back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. My second bottle is soon to be released Larceny Barrel Proof. So this is actually sent to me as a review sample, which was a bit overly generous, but
you can review that a lot of times.
Right? I mean, a lot of distilleries will send you like a 200ml sample of something because they know that you have to try it a few times. But I think the guys at Heaven Hill they're excited about it coming out. So they've been, you'll see these popping up. I know Fred Minnick got one, Bourbon Pursuit got one.
Yeah.
It won't be that expensive. Yeah. It won't be that expensive when it hits the market. I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Larceny, I liked Larceny. I bought like a liter bottle of it, but I'm hoping that at barrel proof, it just picks up the ante that little bit more.
Yep.
I think it's a blend of 6 to 8 year old wheated bourbon from Heaven Hill. So
nice.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I like the regular Larceny. It's super smooth.
Yeah.
Not to use the word smooth, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, right. Like it goes great in cocktails. You can sip it as well.
Yeah.
Like it comes in a big ass bottle, so you always have enough. Yeah, and it's relatively inexpensive. Pick it up at a great price.
Yeah, super good.
Yes. Okay, third bottle.
Third.
Number 3. Right. This basic Old Forester 86 proof. This stuff is super cheap, super delicious, and if I could plumb it into my house, I would.
Nice, just untap.
Yeah, I got this bottle today to replace my other bottle that's like on its knees. It'll be killed over Christmas. This will be cracked into with family and friends. Doesn't put you back a whole lot. I think it's what, 25, 30 pounds in Asda. And excuse me. Yeah, just really solid. Great daily drinker. I've been blown away by finding this year. I found this year for the first time, and I've been blown away by just how good it is. Those guys are doing some really good stuff.
Solid. Yeah, I love it. All right, what else? Another kill bottle.
Oh, stop. It's a good thing I'm sitting down. Just send it to me. I'll kill it. It's fine.
So this bottle I've had for a long time. It's a couple of years old now. So I have, we have some friends coming in from Amsterdam. We have friends coming over for Christmas Eve. So yeah, we'll put this on the table along with a few other kind of kill level bottles. Yeah, they just taste better with friends. And that's what it's made for. So I'm not going to hang on to it anymore.
Yeah, right. I've got a few bottles I'm going to probably make a massive dent in as well. I've got some store picks that I've got to go. I've got some rye whiskeys. I'll probably do it. Just knocking into, just crashing into at full speed. Yeah, right.
Chris loves
25 pounds. That's what, Old Forester? Can't go wrong. It's cheap and it's good. Statesman is also delicious. I would highly recommend Statesman.
I was gonna say Statesman, because it was a Hollywood collaboration with that that movie, and it's like I was expecting it to be crap, but it was delicious.
Man, Jackie Zykan has got some palate on her. She can blend in the shit out of that. That stuff's delicious.
Yeah, Old Forester is killing it. The 1921 is outstanding. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, even the 1870. I tried that recently. That was really good.
I haven't tried that one.
Again, it's like 80 proof, 86 proof. It's quite low in proof, but delicious.
Love it. I have one more kill bottle.
Go on. Ooh. Where'd you get that?
Donut.
Where'd you get that?
I'll pick a donut.
I love it.
Again, just a little bit left. Put it on the table.
Yeah.
This bottle was given to me by a friend of mine.
I know who that friend is. I will be. This is gonna land on tables around Christmas as well. This guy, like, I love this stuff, but it's time to start sharing the bourbon love around. Walter, good choice, huh?
Wild Turkey, I love it. Oh, one bottle that's not here is my rare breed. I'm gonna crack open a bottle rare breed actually.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got like a whole case of rare breed because
So good.
like why would you not want that in your life?
Yeah.
You never want to reach into the box and not be able to find a bottle, not be able to connect with a bottle of rare breed. At some stage of floundering around in the dark, you want to like feel that wooden top and be like, yes, Jimmy Russell smiling at me all the way from Kentucky.
And if you're lucky and happy to be on Amazon and have trigger fingers, you can get massive deals on these Wild Turkey bottles sometimes. Even the 101 sometimes is going for ridiculously cheap prices on Amazon. Like Wild Turkey is like, solid.
Sad. Yeah, I love Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey 101, like if you want to have an American whiskey on your bar and you're not an American whiskey drinker, like that's a solid bottle to get. You can sip it neat, makes excellent cocktails. Like everything about it is just awesome. So there's that.
It's as easy as popping down to Tesco's in the UK. I was up the north over the weekend for my anniversary and 101 sitting on the shelves in Tesco's.
Mm-hmm.
Me don't even see it down here, but you know what?
Snap it.
I'll get it eventually.
Bring it down.
Yeah, because Amazon don't actually ship to Ireland, so we only get to look, but not participate.
Chris loves it.
Yeah.
It's approved.
Yes. Yes. It's approved and delicious.
All right. Tony is on the Bullet Rye.
MGP for 4-year-old. Can't go wrong.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have another one. So blind sample.
Yes. This is your rye.
We did the first one, which was, of course, Marthinus bottle of Michter's 10, 2019 bottle. Absolutely amazing. Love it. 46.4%.
Yes.
11 and a half years old. And just pure, beautiful whiskey.
Oh, so good.
So, on to this one. So this is the one I shared with you. This is, as of right now, no one knows what this is.
It's a monster pour. Look at that.
Oh yeah, you're being modest there.
Oh yeah, it's the whole thing poured out. It's breathed. It's ready to go.
All right, let's get some of those tasting notes. On the nose, Mr. Marthinus, bourbon patty. What do you have?
A lot of red fruit. A little bit of herbaceous dill makes you think definitely a rye, possibly MGP. I'm going to chance my arm and say it's an MGP sourced. Bit of oak in the back. Yeah, nice. A lot of peppery spice as well. So high rye. How am I doing?
You're doing good.
Yeah.
Not saying anything. Not yet.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
It's got dill. It's got a little bit of oak. A little bit of a hit of alcohol. A lot of red fruit. White pepper. I put it in the 100+ proof range. Definitely in the 100+ proof range. I mean, this has been sitting the entire time, 43 minutes? And it's still like a proper out of the glass. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Quite possibly barrel proof.
100+. You're right about 100+.
Yeah. Just good guy to be MGP or Canadian.
I'm getting less coconut on this. I'm still getting coconut, but less.
Yeah. As it is, it's just charred, not toasted.
A little bit more of a darker rye. It's almost like the rye bread note we talked about on the palate on the Michter's. I'm getting a little bit of that on the nose on this one. It's a little bit darker. It's still sweet, but it has a darker profile on the nose.
It's like a dark chocolate charred oak driven note.
Hit by a car and then pulled along the side of a road.
Yes. that char from the barrel is kind of pushing that dark rye kind of notes, kind of driving it out the glass straight into the nose.
Yeah.
And then rye grind.
Start a channel for extreme tasting notes.
Rye. Charred barrel, just driving, rolling down the hill, coming straight at you. Good
Yeah.
luck, you're gonna die.
Hit by a truck.
Yeah, worst ways to go. Yeah, that's a bit more intense.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more alcohol burn off it as well.
Roadkill.
The drinker is the roadkill.
There's no roadkill on the nose.
No, that's Griffo stout barreled whiskey. Smells of roadkill, fish oil, and dead ass.
And 3-day-old opened tuna cans.
Yeah, that stuff is disgusting. Send it to people you don't like, or if you want to prank your friends, pour it in a Pappy 23 bottle and say, no, this is Pappy 23. It's real dark in color. It's disgusting. The aftertaste is medicinal as hell, and it's just everything that's wrong with the world in a bottle.
Love it. We should have some of that.
That's grassy. You'll have to buy it because I'm not spending a penny on that crap.
Well, you can. I'm going to Ireland on Friday.
Oh, you wait till now to tell me. This Friday?
So, I'll be in Balbriggan.
Oh, that's where my wife's entire family's from. I can be Balbriggan.
We'll be out. It's my wife's brother-in-law's 40th, so we'll be at a party on Friday night, and then we'll be in Drogheda for a few days before heading back.
Nice. That place where we met up the last time closed down. So
Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
Closed?
Went into administration. I know, right?
Did you buy out the last bottles?
Nope.
Damn.
Not.
That's a shame.
We enjoyed it while we was there, but yeah, that's gone. So we'll have to meet up in Balbriggan or something.
The memories will remain, my friend.
Yeah. This is nice.
It is nice. I love this.
This is a complete different lane to that Kentucky style high corn, smooth sipping, sitting on a porch. Right. This is like Indiana or Canadian 90+% rye in a mash bill. Not a lot of malt in there. If anything, enzymes. Right. Let's taste it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, grasp.
Oh, yeah. Right? Like you get caramel, but then you also get like grass and red apples.
Mm-hmm.
There's a serious kick of spice, pepper.
It is spicy as fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking tonic too. Where's that mixture so I can wash my mouth out?
Yeah, it's a completely different ball game, this one, man.
Oh man, this thing's a beast. Again, red fruit. A lot of red fruit. You get that cinnamon red fruit notes. Baking spices.
A lot more cloves on this one. Less cinnamon forward, more cloves. A little bit darker, more bitter.
Also still quite sweet in parts.
Mm-hmm.
You get that? You get
Still
that like...
coconut. Still coconut.
Yeah. Yeah, sweetness. Like a nice old powdered sugar sweetness. Red fruit. I'd say like strawberries and raspberries when I say red fruit. Not like cranberries or cherries. Not as much cherries.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, raspberries for me. No strawberries.
The sweetness is what would remind me of a strawberry. But yeah, definitely raspberries as well.
High proof rye.
Yes.
Well, damn right.
I'd say this is some kind of a barrel proof MGP pick or something. Tastes a little bit whistle piggy, but not enough for me to put my money on it being Canadian. You get that rye grain that I usually associate with Alberta barrel proof. The first BBS whistle pig.
Yeah. That was
like
very dark chocolate, very bitter, like very grainy.
Grainy as hell.
Not in a bad way, but yeah.
Yeah, it was grainy as hell. It is what it is. But that's that Canadian style.
We're getting props from Luna. Good tasting notes. All right, we're gonna keep it at this level.
Professionals.
Keep Luna happy.
We're professionals. Professional weekday drinkers.
Greg is saying he hit the bitter oak. Too much tenacity. Is that a word? Tenacity? Tenacity? I don't know. Yeah, there's no tannins on this one. There's oak. It's very dark and it's very grainy on the palate. The finish is very bitter. It's quite clove forward on the finish there with a lot of that like really dark rye bread, but I wouldn't say tannic. Like the texture is really nice. It's oily, but yeah, it's not drying out.
Yeah, I was just about to say it doesn't dry out the cheeks and the mouth. It doesn't feel like with your George C. Stag, put that in your mouth becomes a prune, or like Gandhi's flip flop dryness.
Drinking up a plank you found at the beach.
Exactly. This is like you said, dark chocolate. I'm getting like dark chocolate notes. The rye is there, the grain is there, the red fruit are there, the cloves from the barrel again. Those are all them pretty little barrel notes. But not tannic, which should make me think that this is older because that kind of edges out at a certain age range. That kind of edges out. Like you get rid of the young oak and you kind of get in that sweet spot before the real heavy tannins start. It's just oak you're getting then.
Yeah, there's more vanilla. The more I drink it, the more kind of vanilla sweetness comes through.
Yeah, right? Like there's sweet spots. Like there's like it's sitting there and now it's sweeter. And it's sweeter for longer before like the caramel is almost becoming a little bit butterscotchy. There's vanilla. The red fruit are still there. The dark chocolate is becoming less bitter. The spice is still there and the kind of like the more bitter notes are kind of fading out.
The cloves are turning into licorice for me.
Yes.
It's becoming more and more almost like a salmiakki without the saltiness, but like really dark. Bitter licorice.
I don't really like licorice, but I know what you mean. I know what it tastes like.
Yes, the black bit in all sorts. It's kind of like that.
Ew. No, it's nice. And again, the more you sip it, the more you get. The nicer it gets. Like the flavors evolve. Even after 52 minutes of being in the glass, the flavors are still changing.
It develops.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the Mictors now to see.
Ooh,
such a different,
sharp contrast.
Such a different profile. These are, and that's the beauty of like any spirit really is the variety and the stretch that you can get. All these categories just like explode all over the map, and it's fucking amazing. I love it.
Different lanes, man. Different lanes on different highways in different countries.
And after smelling the Mictors, this one smells more bitter again, less vanilla.
You get a little bit of that.
Because now you have the element of comparison. So all of a sudden, the sweeter notes that was just coming through after a while on this one has gone back, because now you have something that's sweeter. So now this feels less sweet. It feels more grainy.
It's still darker. It's more of a dark horse. Yeah. See, it's nice to have your little benchmark sample to go back to. Kind of keeps you grounded in what this one really is. Yeah, that is more intense.
Greg is giving up. Not enough rye experience. I don't think you need rye experience. Like, I think this, like, to be honest, the fun part about this is really just picking out things.
Pulling it apart and just seeing what works.
These are two ryes, and they're obviously completely different.
Yeah, right? Like age, ABV, style, distillation technique used. Like, Victor's filtered the shit out of their rye whiskey. Using it, like, their 10-year-old, every release of their 10-year gets a specific custom filtration protocol. They've tested like 20. The one that tasted the best is the one they're using. It's not chill filtration, but it's like they will change the temperature it's filtered at, the depth of like medium it's going through, the size of the particles that are allowed through, the pressure at which it's going through. Like, there's so many variables they can change, and they will find you the best tasting of all those variables That's what they bottle.
Mm.
So like, there's still char in the bottom of the bottle, but like you know that it's been tweaked to give you like a Bentley experience.
We have a question here about the Paddy himself. How much experience you have in tasting whiskey? He seems very experienced. Oh, you've convinced everybody.
Hey, if you can't make it, fake it, right? I started drinking U.S. whiskeys in 2013, and it was slow at the start, but in recent years, I have aggressively tried to try as many different things from different places as possible. Really, like, train my palate, like, just try nasty stuff, try great stuff. My rye actually started in 2016. The first time I had rye was in 2016, and it was Bullet Rye. It was MGP 4-year-old. I loved it. I didn't even know what rye whiskey was. Didn't even realize it was different to Bullet Bourbon. Learned the error of my ways, and then my rye, like the bottom shelf of my whiskey cabinet, is rye. I wish there was more, but yeah, rye has been a continuous part of my collection since the early years. So just been, that's all I can do is just drink different things, drink crazy things.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because you and I, like, we have a similar kind of entry into our journey, but I think you've doubled down because like your knowledge about like whiskey and distilleries and all that kind of stuff is like exponentially much more detailed than mine because I've spread myself across not just whiskey anymore. So my knowledge is a very different base. Because I'm more focused on production at the moment, but not just production of whiskey, but production of rum, mezcal, gin, vodka, baijiu, like everything you can imagine. So it's a very, very different journey, and that's what's so beautiful. Because like you don't have to, like I'll just do this path. It's like no, you can just do whatever you want because there's always something to learn.
Yeah, like I have spearheaded my approach straight into American whiskey, having tasted other styles, having thought those are not as nice. I've gone for whatever tastes the best to me. My palate is guided straight towards virgin oak aged whiskeys. I like the corn, I like the sweetness, like all the flavors you get. Like I have just gone straight into American whiskeys. I would say I've specialized in it. Scottish whiskey or other countries, I would dabble. But again, like I started in Scotch. My dad drinks Scotch. My grandfather drank Scotch. I would dabble in Scotch. I would dabble in Irish, but my heart goes back to American whiskey because the intensity of the flavors and what you get is just completely different. Like there's no caramel coloring. The virgin oak just does so much for the finished product. The temperature swings depending on which state it's aged in. Like Scotland is just slow going, whereas American is like temperature swing, in out of the barrel, like. Just crazy. So, I've specialized in American whiskey, essentially.
The bourbon patty.
Bourbon patty. I would call it the bourbon rye and American whiskey patty, but bourbon patty's got a better ring to it.
The URL is really hard to type out, so...
Yeah, right. Is that an and or an and symbol?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've specialized in it, and I've just, like, dove down that specific rabbit hole. I've never had mezcal, very little rum, very little cognac. Like other spirits. I drink what tastes good to me, and what tastes good to me is American whiskeys.
Yep.
And not all of them, but most of them, because of their production techniques.
Luna is drinking White Walker.
White Walker?
White Walker. So I think it's a Johnny Walker part of the...
the special releases for Game of Thrones stuff. Yeah. Nice.
Her tasting notes are, it's not overly nasty.
And you know what? I can like resonate. That resonates with me because I have this advent calendar and it's a lot of craft stuff, and then there's some just pure old turds thrown in there, like that Griffo stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just a turd.
Turd in a bottle.
Yeah, like that kind of ruined my day. I had to use 1792 foolproof barrel pick to wash that off my tongue, and it was still sitting there.
Jesus.
It wasn't even barrel proof. Like their stuff's not even barrel proof. It's just medicinal as. So. All right. I'm guessing it's an MGP rye whiskey, 100 proof plus, probably in the 6 to 9 year old age range, and I'm assuming it's from a single barrel because it just tastes single barrel-y. It has all those nice specific notes that you would get in an intensity from a single barrel, as opposed to a big ass batch of blended stuff. And those, like, you lose a lot of those like characteristic notes that you would like. So, like, let's say there's a lot of coconut. You're like, oh yeah, there's a lot of coconut. You wouldn't get that in the big batch. Whereas in like the Michter's, that's a single barrel. You would pick it up on a single barrel more. Traverse City.
You're right about one thing. Shit. It's 100 plus.
Nice. Oh well, I tried.
You tried, and you actually called it out before we even tasted it. So I don't know if you want to talk about it now, but.
I love it.
11 years old.
No one was getting Whistle Piggy notes. It's Canadian.
The second release. So the last of the age-stated ones. The first was 12 years old. This is 11.
Yes.
The latest one is a non-age stated and a very different profile. And Greg was calling it out, I think, at some point that, yeah, the latest, the third edition is slightly different. And I think it's a blend of two different styles or something. It's a very different profile, like super coconutty. So it has a lot more of that sweet note. And it's also a little bit lower proof, I think. I did taste it at the whiskey show, but I can't. I mean, I tasted it a lot at the whiskey show. So
yeah, right. Like you're trying to remember things like. Yeah, Canadian rye whiskey is odd. I love it, and there are some producers who are really trying to clean up its act. But it can be anything. Like you can put anything in a bottle and label it rye in Canada. Like it could be like grain whiskey mixed in with neutral spirits, mixed in with whatever. And it doesn't even have to have rye in the mash bill, and you can call it rye. And because of those very, very loose, leaky laws, like it's gotten a crappy reputation. Like I've got a bottle of Canadian Club 12 somewhere that tastes like sherry. It doesn't even taste like whiskey. It tastes like something else. It's disgusting. And and it's over caramel to the point where it looks like just a bad fake tan job in a bottle.
Nice.
And it's just disgusting. And that's where the bad name came from. You know, these guys over at Lot 40 and Herman Walker are really trying to clean up the image of Canadian rye with their Northern Border collection, which they released, I believe, to correspond with the Buffalo Trace Antique collection. So they call it the Northern Border collection, kind of mirrored that. So they've got like a range of rye whiskeys, massive ages, like there's 18-year-old, there's like a 30-something-year-old. You've got your Lot 40. Like
JP Weiser's, right?
Yeah, JP Weiser, that's the really old one. And then there's like
35, and they have an 18 as well. I don't know if they put that in there.
Something in Graham. They've got a whole set of them, and they're just trying to be like, here is some really good whiskey that is rye whiskey under Canadian law, but it's also rye whiskey as you would expect it to be. Like, we have followed some rules and not just blended some shit together.
Yeah.
And shout out to those guys for doing a damn good job.
Fucking amazing, yeah. There's also JP Weiser's is interesting. The 35 I found very oaky for good reason. Wasn't the proof was very low, and because of that, like because it already had that oaky flavor, at that proof, I can understand why. But it almost tasted just like oak water. So I kind of wish they bumped it up a little bit, but I mean they did it because they would have been like tannins everywhere. And it would have been horrible.
Would have been pure oak.
I get it, but it was. I just wish it was better because I really wanted to like it. The dissertation one, I think it's called, was really good. The JP Weiser's dissertation.
I think I tried that. I think Perpetual Nectar, one of your Patreon supporters, sent me a sample of that blind, and I remember quite enjoying it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was really
I
good.
was quite impressed.
Dig
Yeah, those guys are doing some great stuff, and their master blender is he does these classes where he lets people blend, and then if you've got a good blend, he'll keep it.
Yeah.
And he'll use that as an inspiration for a label product later on.
Chris is saying he tried the latest one in Germany. Chris, you also tried it in London, but I assume you don't remember.
The whiskey show was one hell of a time, but you will be lucky if you remember any of it.
I'm pretty sure he remembers more than Toby from Whiskey Shared. Let's say it that way.
You know, the last 2 whiskey lodges in Dublin, I've managed to stay sober enough to remember the entire thing. That was hard, but I have fallen out of it before and gotten sick in a fast food restaurant chain's toilet across the road. So, I mean, there have been classy moments and not so classy moments for me. In recent years, I found the classier moments, you just come across nicer.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's a learning curve. You have to make mistakes to learn. But yeah, like, I remember going to the whiskey show and trying, like, my second time in London, I was on my own trying to navigate the tube system whilst White Girl wasted on free samples from the whiskey show, and got on my Gatwick Express. There was a bomb threat at one of the stations. They went back to a previous station, got on a taxi with some Scottish women who were on a business trip, got out at Gatwick, just threw money at them for the fare. They covered it under a credit card. Got on my flight, got home, went to work the next day, like 5 hours later.
So here's...
That's living the dream.
Don't know if anyone in the chat was thinking what I was thinking. Like the Scottish woman, even on a business trip, she was trying to save money.
Yeah, right? I mean, there was 2 of them, and we all jumped in the taxi because people were rushing out of the station trying to get taxis. Jumped in the taxi, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll put it on the credit card, but you need to give me some money." So I was like, "There's £20. See you later." Yeah,
fucking brilliant, hilarious
story, man, a story. Just running through Gatwick, like, shit, I need to catch my flight.
Greg is drinking some Japanese.
Nice.
Solid. I think Luna's trying to wash down the White Walker with some Bunahaben.
Nice. Yeah, peated is a palate cleanser and destroyer at the same time.
Yeah.
I tend to stay away from peated because it doesn't agree with my palate, and it gives me heartburn, which is odd. Like Lafrague, it's just like, ugh. But my father loves it. But yeah, that will do the trick.
Yeah, you definitely kill whatever germs from the White Walker is walking around your palate.
Yeah, it's just like
exploded.
Yes, definitely gone.
Nice. All right. I have one more bottle on the table here that I will be drinking because I did manage to get one of these.
That 2019?
No. This is
2018?
18 one.
That's the one that I haven't tasted yet. I managed to get a sample of 2019, but not 2018. I haven't tasted it. It only landed in the country 2 months ago. I'm hoping it's in some tastings in the new year. But damn, that's a nice score, man.
That's a good little surprise for the end of the year. Be cracking that open.
I actually have an unopened 2017 that I should probably crack at some stage. I just have so much open.
Nice.
It's hard to open things when you've got so much open. But Christmas.
I mean, everything, like I have a lot more of these kind of kill bottles. I didn't want to bring them all out because like I would tilt them and probably break them.
Yes. I actually, you know what I do? I have 250 ml bottles, sample bottles. If I've got a bottle that has less than 250 ml in it, I'm dumping it into one of those, sticking a label on it, and chucking out the bottle if I have to. And I've got about 40 of those. They stack real nice. I've got just loads of them. Yeah, just killing it by doing that. Because I have to make room. Consolidate that space.
Yeah. So instead of putting it into a small bottle, I just drink it.
Christmas is the time for that, but it only comes once a year. I had to do this when I moved out. I had to kill about 60 bottles, and they all went into little tiny square olive oil bottles
I
bought from a supplier, and they're sitting in that whiskey press waiting for Christmas.
Nice. They
Yeah, it's like a little reference library.
Not a lot longer.
No.
Almost there, man. Almost there.
Yes.
That's awesome, though. Mictors.
Yeah.
Some Lot 40.
Yeah, I think there's a mystery sample as well that at some stage we'll have to, even just between us, see what we think, because I sent you a nice one. I'm sure you sent me a nice one. It looks real nice.
It's a nice one, but it's
for another day.
It's out of your comfort zone. Let's say it that way.
Ooh, rum. I'm hearing rum or mezcal or Irish, or it's very light. It's making me nervous.
Who knows? Who knows? That's for 2020. 2020 brings new things.
Yes. New year, new me. Who knows? Next year might be the year that Irish whiskey actually impresses me. Chances are slim, but I am a believer. I will like what tastes good.
Nice.
That's my motto. I don't care where it's from. If it tastes good, I'll have it. And I will tell people that it's good if it tastes good.
And what tastes good is your opinion.
Yes, exactly. Always my opinion. That's what I tell people. People are like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" I'm like, "That's terrible." I'm like, well, what? I'm like, "Yeah, like to me that doesn't taste good," and I'm gonna tell people it doesn't taste good because I don't get paid to do this.
Yeah,
it is a work of passion. If it doesn't taste nice, I'm gonna tell you. Like Griffo, stouted barrel whiskey. Stay the hell away unless you want to hurt someone's feelings.
God damn it, that Griffo really hurt you.
I don't like rolling out the angry words because angry words can really damage your reputation of a distillery, and they put a lot of money and effort into making this stuff. But that stuff is vile. Stay away from the stout barrel whiskey because that is like drinking fence paint whilst crapping in your own mouth.
That's two very different but equally horrible things.
It's traumatic. I've gone to therapy about it. I've told everyone I know that it sucks. And other people who are doing the same advent calendar I'm doing, because I found them, agree that it sucks. A big old hairy Bigfoot turd covered in burn. It's like Sex Panther if it was a whiskey.
It's like ass crack shavings in a bottle.
I wish it was ass crack shavings. I wish it was just ass crack shavings. But fish oil, burnt rubber, and just medicine is a hell of a drug.
All right, I think people are going to drop off now, so...
They're all drunk.
I'm not drunk. This is actually how we are.
No. They're all drunk. We're fine. We do this all the time. We're professionals.
True, we're professionals. Absolutely.
We have our names printed. See?
That's true. That makes us professional.
Yes.
All right, man. I think that's it for the final Spirits People Live blind tasting 2019. This was awesome. Coming back next year, strong.
So proud to be here. Thank you. I am absolutely chuffed to be here. People can keep up with what we're drinking over Christmas on the gram. I'm sure you'll be on the gram and the Twitter box. I'll be on the gram and the Twitter box.
I might be on the tweet box. You can obviously follow the Patty right there. So this is
legit.
The gram one. The tweet box one does not have an underscore. You've different.
Yeah, I started the Instagram, just threw in an underscore because I knew no one would have it, and it was granted to me. So it stayed the same way. Twitter, no one had robbed my platform yet, so I could afford not having an underscore in there.
Nice.
Follow me. Follow my journey. I'll be drinking.
If you want whiskey and bourbon opinions, go to bourbonpatty.com.
Oh, my feisty blog where I like to think I post once a week, but it's more like twice every 2 weeks, where I just dump 2 reviews and go, "Sorry guys, I was busy last weekend."
Well, once a week and twice every 2 weeks is kind of the same.
Yeah, right. I mean, my wife proofreads my stuff and she's busy, so I'm sorry. I'm not putting it out unless my missus has put the stamp of approval on it. She has an English degree. She does that for me.
Right. Sweet. Love it. And then we're going to try this little ticker here.
Whoa, look at that.
It works.
Please pay Johnny's bills.
Pay my bill, please.
By giving him £1 a month on Spirits People.
Much appreciated.
Ask him now. He'll send you a little tiny collection box. You can put £1 in it every time you say
that would be great.
A bad word. and then you can just post that box straight to Johnny, and he will send you free stuff in return.
When you have an opinion of any kind of spirit, you put £1 in there.
Yes, you know what? Send your opinions on the spirits that Johnny are drinking on the back of a £5 note, and he will respond in person with gifts and his honest artist opinion. We're artists.
Verbal gifts.
And this is a work of passion, but we still need to keep the lights on.
My wife is staring at me right now. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
My wife texted me. I'm probably in a lot of trouble right now because it's this late. But sure, look, we do what we can.
It's a school night. It's a school night. All right, guys.
Yes.
We should lock it down here. Thanks, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes,
and,
thank you.
Yeah, have a jolly holiday season and Merry New Year and all of that stuff. And dude, thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for
It is a privilege to be here.
Cheers.
Ooh. Cheers.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas, man. See ya.
All right, see you, dude. All right, guys, that's it. Merry Christmas to all of you guys as well, and Happy New Year's. Make sure to drink lots of good stuff, and yeah, we'll see you guys next year. It's gonna be good. Good times. Peace out.